Hello, my friends. My name is Linda Dolke. If you don't know me, I'm a demonstrator with Stampin' Up in Australia, and once a month I do a video called CraftAlong. And the idea of CraftAlong is that if you choose to, you can craft along with me, and I'll go you through all the measurements and instructions and everything to make a cool card. This month we're doing a slider gatefold card. This one here, or a gatefold slider. I'm not sure what I've called it, but anyway, it's in the title of this video anyway. But you can see this slides off, okay, and then you can open up your card inside. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to make this. It's actually very easy. It's not a difficult one at all. Some of you would have been with me last month and received a, if you placed an order with me last month over $60, you would have received a supply pack in the mail like this to make the project. However, if you did not place an order and you don't have the supply pack, you can still craft along. I always put all the details, the measurements and everything in my on my blog a few days before or a week before. This week it's only a couple of days before, simply because I've had a bit of a crazy week. Some of you know that my dad passed away last night, so, or that's at the time I'm recording this. So my plan is, rather than being live with you this week, I need to be with my family, and I'm just doing a quick recording, and you can follow along. So I hope everyone is well and everything is going great for you, and that you can watch this either at the time or at your leisure on the replay. All right, let's get going. I'm going to move over to the desk and we'll get started. All right, here we are. All right, so I'm using the Memorable Blooms set for this. Now, this is a set in our current mini catalogue. The mini catalogue runs until the end of April, and it is, I'm just looking to see if I have a mini catalogue handy. Goodness me, maybe not. Well, that was very, oh, yes, I do. It's just under a pile of things. Here we go. This is the current mini catalogue. And as you can see, it runs through to April 2025. Okay, so this set is up towards the back. And like I said, it's called Memorable Blooms. You'll find it on page 50. This one right here, Memorable Blooms. And it's a stamp set and a die set. The dies are fantastic. Okay, I love both, and they do work together. But because you can see these ones here all cut out the images that are in the stamp set. But even without the stamps, the dies are fantastic because they have these really, really lovely shapes. And I'm going to show you how those work today. Okay, so stick with me and we'll get back to this in a minute. Those of you who have supply packs, pull out your supply packs and let's get going. Okay, and I'm going to show you first of all how I cut the base for our gatefold card. Okay. All right, so if you have the supply pack, it is already scored. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Can you see the score lines on that? Okay, ready to go. But I do have a piece of pool party paper here, and I'm just going to take you through that, how I did it. Okay, so I've just got a sheet of A4 paper, all right, and I'm going to cut this at the halfway mark, which is 14.8 centimeters. Or if you're doing it in the US, that works as well. I will have all the measurements for the imperial and the metric in my tutorials that go along with this. So there's a PDF. Now, if you ordered with me last month and you got the supply pack, you're also going to get the PDF with all the measurements and the alternate cards. Now, I haven't had time yet to make all the alternate cards. I've made two out of the four alternate designs, and I'll show you those at the end of this. But for everybody else, the others will be coming later. Okay. All right. So then I scored it. Now you can score it. If you score it so that it meets in the middle, I don't know if you can see here on my original, there's actually a little bit of a gap in the middle, and that's so that our slider will slide appropriately. Okay. So what we do to get that right gap, 5.1 centimeters is the measurement. Now, 5.1 centimeters equals 2 inches. Okay, same thing. But like I said, for the imperial measurements, I'll have those separate in the PDF when I get to those. Okay, so I'm making 5.1 centimeters from each side. So I did it from this side and then I turned around and I did it on. So I've got now 5.1 from each side. Okay, and that's your measurement to create your base. All right. And that's what's in your packs if you have those. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold these in, okay, like so, and that's where you can see how we've got that little gap. I just realized I need to get my my lamp on. That's better. Now we've got better lighting. Sorry about that, guys. It's a bit dark today. It's all overcast and grey, and yeah, it looks a little bit dark. All right, so you can see there I've got that gap in the middle, and the gap is what allows our slider piece to go up and down easily. All right, so get your bone folder and fold your creases down so they're nice and flat, and then it will sit much better. Okay. All right, so I'm actually going to start. I'm just thinking, should I work on this? Maybe I work on this piece first. So these are some of the dies that are part of this set. Okay, so let me just quickly grab those. All right, so I'll show them to you because they are really stunning. This is not a set that I got initially when the catalog came out, but I saw some beautiful things made with this and went, you know what, I do think I need to have that after all. So these are two of the dies. Okay, we've got this one that is, you can cut them separate, and this would cut a hole, like I make a window in your paper or whatever. I've done some other cards with that. Okay, however, if you use these two together, and you can either run them through separately or you can run them through at the same time if you feel safe doing that. If you run them through together, you get this shape. Okay, so you get like if I just ran this one through, I would end up with a gold octagon, because it's actually an octagon, not a hexagon. Okay, I would get the gold. But if you have this little guy with all these little detailed flowers and you run that through as well, then it cuts the center out and you end up with the flower shape. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to push out these little extra gold pieces as the bus goes past my house. Let's see. Here we go. All right. I did have someone ask me in the last couple of days, you know, how can we support you, you know, while you're going through what you're going through. And there are a whole bunch of different ways. You know, you can like my posts, you can comment, you can, I think that's all the pieces pushed out. You can do all kinds of things. However, let me just I'm just going to grab my take your pick tool, because there's a couple of pieces here that I feel like that needs an extra push. Yeah, it does. So somebody said, you know, what can we do to support you? Well, you can continue to like. If you think this is a good video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're still commenting. Don't change your behaviors thinking it's going to bother me or annoy me. I still, you know, this is my business. This is my job. So, you know, I'm still able to create and do those things. In fact, it's really good for me. It's good therapy, to be honest. I think that's all the pieces out now. Let's see. Sometimes if you turn it over to the back, and that can help you see if there's any last little pieces left in, but I can see that they're all out. That's great. Okay, so this now is going to go over the white. So I did run this through without this detailed die, and that gave me this shape. And then I ran it through with the detailed die with the gold, and it gave me this shape. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the two together. Okay, so you're going to line up the edges. And it's very easy. I like to use a silicone mat when I'm gluing intricate things. So I'm actually going to, and you can use seal or you can use Tombow. But the nice thing about using a silicone mat is that your glue doesn't stick to the silicone mat. So it's not only protects your surface, but it also means that you don't end up with any messy bits of glue anywhere. So I'm just going to run my Tombow around the edges here. And I'm going to put these two together. A little bit here. And other ways you can support. If you were thinking of placing an order, or if you have an order, don't feel that you can't order with me just because I'm not as around at the moment. Okay. The same when I go on, you know, trips or holidays or anything like that, you know, I still appreciate every single order that comes through, and I'm still very grateful. And I've had people say in the past, oh, we didn't want to order because we didn't want to annoy you. Believe me, it doesn't annoy me. In fact, it's necessary. I still need those orders coming in for my business. So so if you would have normally put an order in, please know that you still can. Okay, so that would be great. All right, so now I'm going to put this down and I'm going to line up the edges. And I'm just going to, I've just added a few little bits behind the intricate shapes here, and I'm lining up the edges, which is actually really easy to do. You just kind of go around the edge and make sure it's lined up all the way around. Let's see, it's a little bit of an overhang there. So I'm going to, all right, a bit of glue. And then I'm going to make sure this is all pushed down on those So now we've got a solid piece that was, isn't it nice? Look at that. Isn't that lovely? We've got these gold flowers on the white background. Now, I didn't stamp on this, but I could have. You know, you could have put a greeting in here if you wanted to. You know, like there's in this particular set. I mean, we've got lots of different sets, but you know, you could put a small one, like, you know, "You are awesome" probably would fit in there, maybe. Or there's a couple of other sets, like for example, in the beautiful butterfly set, we've got a hello, and there's also "for you" and things like that. So if you have a small greeting and you want to pop it in there, you can, or you could put it on a banner. But I didn't. I decided to separate my banner, so my banner is down here. And I'll get back to that later. So I've got this piece ready to go. I'm actually going to decorate the base. And this is a super, super simple thing. We are also I'm going to show you how to do the mechanism for the slider, and that's probably the only tricky part. And it's not even tricky. Okay, so you're going to see it's easy. Now I have used the paper I've used for this is the Wildflower birthday paper, which is a specialty paper, and you can see why it's a specialty paper. It's got this gorgeous gold foiling on it. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this. All right, so you can have this on the outside if you prefer. I did the scallop stripe look, and that's Pool Party in the background. So that's how I did it. But you could use any of these papers. They all look terrific. And I've just realized that why has happened to, I normally have a little thingy under here that stops my glass mat from wiggling around, because it's missing one of its feet, and that has disappeared. I wonder if it went onto the floor, but you know what, it doesn't matter. Tell you what else will work. Also will work a sheet of dimensionals, because there's a bit of padding there, so I'm going to put those under, and that's probably going to maybe I need two sheets of dimensionals. Let's try that. The things we do, right? Yeah, that's better. Now it's not going to move. Excellent. All right, I'm getting a mess here already, and I've only just started, but anyway. All right, so I'm going to be putting these down. I prefer the scallops facing down, but you can have them going up if you like. Up to you. I like them going down. So I'm going to pop some glue on the back of these. We're going to decorate this. And that's going to go. Now, I first saw this style of card by artisan team member Stacey Marsh, who did a slider gatefold card, and I really liked her card. I thought that was really great. So I've adapted mine a little bit for this particular stamp set. So mine looks a little different, but yeah, I just thought it was such a cool type of card. And I love gatefold cards anyway. So all the alternate projects that I've got for you this month are gatefold card varieties. You know, some are landscape, some are portrait, some are, there's an angled gatefold card. There's all different ones. Okay, so yeah, and I can show, like I said to you, I can show you a couple of them. All right. Now in your supply packs, you've got this little piece of white. Okay, this piece here. This little piece of white is the mechanism that you need for this guy here. And it's really, really simple. What you're going to, this is 3.5 centimeters across by 7.5 centimeters long. And you can see the length of it. Actually, I've just realized, do I need 2 of these? Hang on 1 second while I double check my work. I do need 2 of these, and I only put 1 in. I've just realized. All right, so everyone's going to have to cut a piece of this. I'm so sorry, you guys. I've just realized I made a mistake, but to be honest, I'm surprised I didn't make more mistakes this month. All right, so you're going to have to just excuse me. All right, so you need 2 of these, not 1. I put 1 in the packs, but you need 2. 3.5 centimeters across by 7 centimeters long. Okay, if you're watching, if you need the imperial measurements, I'll have those in the PDF for you. All right, so what you do is you fold this in half, like so. And then we use a bone folder, and we're going to fold that, flatten that fold down so it's nice and flat, so that we have a piece that looks like so. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the other one. Well, aren't I a ninny, only putting 1 in the packs? There's nothing I can do about it now. And I know everybody has some, you know, most people should have some basic white cardstock at their disposal. All right, so you just need to, if you have 1 and you don't have any basic white cardstock, I would say whatever cardstock or anything you use for this, they should both be the same material. So don't have one basic white and one something else. Make sure they're both the same. So if you have basic white, please make a second one in basic white. If you don't, go with, if you've got basic white thick, use 2 basic white thick ones, etc. Okay, make them the same. All right, so how this is going to work, we've got this piece here, all right, that is sitting as it should, all right, and then I'm thinking about where do I want this to go, all right, so you can see the one I've got here already. I liked it so that it's kind of the bottom, when you put it on, it's going to be like the bottom left hand corner of this. Okay, so not, you could have it like that if you wanted to, I guess that would be up to you, but I liked it like that. Okay, totally up to you. Decide how you want it, and then these 2 pieces that we've just folded are going to be orientated on the back in whatever way you wanted them to go. So here's what I do. I butt them up so that the 2 folded edges, so see how this is like so, okay, and like so. The 2 folded edges are going to be right there next to each other, okay, right butted up against each other, like so. So I'm going to put one in first. Now, I suggest you use strong glue for this. You can use tape or snail. If you are going to use Tombow, you'll need to wait for it to dry, okay, and that's why I tend to use tape or Tombow in this situation. So sorry, not tape, not Tombow. Tape or seal is my preferred way to go. So I'm going to go make sure there's some, because seal is really good strong adhesive for those of you who haven't used it. So I'm just making sure that the backs of my, it ends up being right at about in line with the perforations in this. All right, so when you put the 2 next to each other, they're almost exactly the same. Right, so that bit is going to be glued down like so. Okay, so now it flaps like this. Can you see that? All right, like that. And then we're going to do exactly the same with this one so that this is butted up against that in the middle. So I'm going to put my glue on that. Oh, come on, seal. Don't do that to me. All right, like so and so. All right, so butt them up against each other so it reaches across. So that means if we have the same amount of distance, so you can see it's just this side of that perforation. Can you see that? Let's see if you can just see it. Okay, so that they kind of meet here in the middle, the tiniest little gap. All right, make sure they're pushed in nice and hard. Okay, now how this is going to work, we're going to, and I've made another mistake, there should be a second hexagon. If you don't have one, what you can do if you do not have this set, goodness me, oh, you guys are going to have to be nice to me this month. Okay, grab yourself another piece of white. Okay, if you have this set, cut yourself out another hexagon. If you don't, and I'm very happy to send these out to anyone who would like me to. So if you received one of these but you only received 1 hexagon, contact me. And it won't happen in the next probably week or so because I've got some other things that have to happen this week, but I will send them out to you. All right. Or I might just send them out to everyone. We'll just see if I have time. But what I would suggest you could do is you put the hexagon that you have here and you can trace it on with just a pencil. Let me see if I've got a pencil handy. Goodness me. Goodness me. Oh, well. So I'm going to trace around it with my pencil here. And I'm going to cut myself another one. Does that make sense what I'm doing? I'm so sorry, everyone. I think this is the first time I've ever made a mistake with CraftAlong like this. Never mind. Okay. All right, so then you grab yourself some scissors and you're going to cut that out. And I would cut just inside the pencil line that you've made. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that out because you need it. It's not hard to cut, thank goodness. You need it to be another piece on the inside. If you have basic white thick for this second one, probably even better because it's make it a little bit sturdier. Okay, but if you only have basic white, that's okay. I can just see all your comments right now. I mean, I can't literally see them because there aren't any yet, but I'm sure you guys are all jumping in the comments and going, Linda, what are you doing? Or more likely, because you're all so kind, you're probably all telling me to not worry about it and go easy on myself. But you know me, you know how it is. Right, so now I've got another hexagon. Okay, that hexagon then goes behind this one. Okay, so these bits, we're going to put some more glue on the back. I'm kind of glad I'm doing this in advance, seriously, rather than finding out live that I've messed it up. Oh my goodness. All right. Right, so that one then goes on the back of this one. This one's less expensive, less a bigger deal. Now, if you have any overhang here, it isn't actually going to matter, but you could neaten it up. So you can see I went a little bit too far out there, and I can go around and cut that so it's in line with the gold piece. That actually works quite well. Normally what I would have done was just go and cut myself another hexagon, but I want to show you guys how to fix it in the event that this happens. I promise that the PDF with all the other tutorials, those will all be fine because those are pre-recorded and popped up for you so that you're ready when you click on them. So I should get all these done early over the weekend or early next week. Okay, I'm going to have a few days in between being up there and making arrangements and the service. So I'm going to have a few days to get these done. And that's my plan, to get them all done. Okay, so you can see now, this is what we've got. We've got a hexagon on the back. And if you look down here, can you see that you've got like this? I want you to see this. Okay, so what this means is that this piece is open and this piece is open. All right, can everyone see the mechanism in there between the two hexagons? Oh my goodness. All right, so what that means now, when I'll go to put this on, this bit that opens up flips like that, goes on this side, and then the other side that flips open like this goes on this side. So now you have a slider. Can you see how that works? Oh goodness, I hope it makes sense. I'm a little bit embarrassed right now, you guys. Oh my goodness, so annoyed with myself. But anyway, it's all good. It is what it is, and this is what we have. It works. Okay, so I hope that you learn from my mistake exactly how this should work. Okay, so you can see this is my original one. It's got some butterflies on it, which we'll add in a little bit. Here we go. All right, so that's how this goes. All right. Okay. All right, so now I have also there's also in your little sets here, we've got a couple of other pieces. And I've realized that the piece that I just used to cut the hexagon is the piece that needs to go inside here. Thankfully, I have a second pack as a backup, so I'll pull that out. This is the piece that goes inside. All right, so let's slide that off so we can open this. This is going to go in here. Okay, so I might as well put that in there right now. And you use whatever glue you like for this. This is Tombow I'm using, but you can use sealer tape or whatever. Okay. Well, that goes right there. So it's centered between these score lines and the top. So you've got a bit of a border all the way around. Can you see that? And then you've got these bits with the foiled edges. You can use either side of them, but I like this one with the foils and the flowers. So I've done mine like that. Once again, Tombow, seal, whatever. And we're going to put those on the inside flaps. Now, if you have the Memorable Blooms stamp set, this is also from the Memorable Blooms dies. I use this to decorate the inside, and I've sent that out in your packs as well. However, if you had the stamps, you could also stamp over the corner, and that would be really pretty. That would be nice. Or you could cut it out, stamp and cut it out with the matching dies and stick that on. So there's a whole bunch of different things you could do to decorate the inside of this. I've got this piece, and I decided you could use the whole length of it, but I wanted to make mine a bit short so I had plenty of room for writing in here. So I cut mine down. And it doesn't really matter where you cut it. You can decide how long you want it to be. I'm just going to cut mine right about here. So just sort of nearly halfway actually. And then I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow behind that, and I'm going to have that down in the corner here. Okay, so that's how I'm decorating the inside. Once again, I'm going to pull out my silicone mat. You guys know how much I love these things. If ever you're wondering what to add to an order to make it up to the celebration size, because it's still celebration until Friday. So if anyone's placing an order before Friday, it's every $100 gets you a free celebration item. There's some fantastic things that you can get right now, but it all finishes up on Friday. So I wanted to make sure you knew about that. But something you could add to an order to get it up to 100 if you were just short would be a silicone mat. They don't cost very much. Or maybe you might need some, you know, some glue, like some dimensionals or something like that. Those are inexpensive things that you can add onto an order if you need to take it just over the $100 mark. All right, so that's pretty cool. Inside is done, okay? Now the outside is almost done. You can see I can flip this on again by lifting up the sides, popping it over, so it slides up and down like so. I've also got a banner here. Now this banner is from the heart-shaped dies. Oh, and also don't forget you've got these little guys in your packs as well. These are the bold brass butterflies. These are actually a free item for a $100 order, and that's only till Friday. So, so we don't normally, we have some fantastic things that you can get for a gift with purchase that we don't necessarily normally have. All right, so I use Pretty Peacock ink. I thought that looked really nice with the pool party coloring. And so I'm going to use that. And I'm going to use, the one I used on here originally was You Mean the World to Me, which is this one right here out of the Memorable Blooms set. But I thought I might use this one, the Shorter Love and Thanks, on the card today. So you can use whichever one you like, though. As long as it fits on the little banner, then you can use whatever you like. Oh, now I find it. This is what I had underneath my glass mat to stop it moving, and it fell into my drawer. That's what's going on. All right, so I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to just tap that on my, now I did get a bit too much ink, so let me get rid of that. And then pop that right there, Love and Thanks, onto my, oh, I missed. Goodness, not having a good day, am I? But anyway, you get the idea. All right, I'm going to do another one of these. Let's see. I'm going to pull out the spare and let's give it another shot. All right, so it went down a little bit lower than I thought, so I'm going to pick that up a tiny bit. I'll probably be too high this time. Oh, no, perfect this time. Yay. All right, let's get rid of that one, and we'll put this one on instead. Now, the important thing is with this, when you attach this, do not attach both sides or you're going to glue your card shut, right? So you just want to pick one side or the other, and it's going to open. So you can see here I picked the right-hand side so that it opens, okay? But it doesn't really matter which side. It could be either side. Maybe I'll do the other side this time just to be different. So I'm going to use dimensionals. You can use just normal glue if you like, but you want to go not more than halfway so that it will only be attached on one side. So I'm using a couple of dimensionals here, so it's on the left-hand side, and I'm going to take those off. And then I'm going to line that up. You can decide how far down you want this to be, but I'm actually going to put it so there's a little bit of scallop coming out from below. Can you see that? There we go. Tiny, tiny bit. Up to you if you want to use any bling, but I did put some bold brass butterflies in your set. I can't believe I said that right. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to help me pick those up. I just find that easier. So one bold brass butterfly down the bottom here, maybe just right here. You can even put it on the edge of your banner if you wanted to, but I'm just going to have it right there. And then I've got these two little ones, and I'm going to put those up higher, up on the banner, on the octagon. All right. And that, guys, is our card. How do we do? A lot quicker today because we, first of all, don't have all the chit-chat. Sorry about that. But I also did, before I go, I want to show you the couple of cards that I've already prepared. And then, like I said, the rest of them I'll be preparing over the weekend, and I'll have them up for you as soon as I can. I'm actually hoping with a bit of luck I might be able to show them all to you maybe on Sunday night. I don't think I'll have them finished by Friday, but Sunday I maybe will. So, but let me show you what I have. All right, so I've got, well, I've only got one card that's completely finished, and that's this one. All right, so I use the gold foil cards and envelopes to create this, and once again you can see it's the same Memorable Blooms die, but this is a landscape gatefold, and this is just a standard gatefold. Okay, so this one is very standard, and I've just used some different pieces. I've got navy blue in with my gold. I've used some of that beautiful gold glittered ribbon. This is also a freebie at the moment until Friday, and I've used some of those opal, I think they're called, do they call them opal rounds? I think they do. I'll put the right name of those in the PDF for you as well, and all the measurements for this card. I thought it turned out really pretty. I do have an angle gatefold card that actually isn't quite finished because I got to put a greeting on the, this is as far as I got before I had to race off to Tamworth to be with my dad. But you can see that this one is an angle gatefold card, and it opens up like so, using the same colors as this. Okay, so I may do another one in different colors. I haven't decided, or maybe this one will do. I think most people love this wildflower birthday stuff, so it's really nice. But there'll be a couple of other gatefold cards in the final selection, so you can see a couple of them right now. And then this is the main one, of course. I have got other gatefold cards here that I haven't made the cut. This one didn't make the cut. So, you know, this is a standard gatefold where it does meet in the middle. This is not a slider. It's just attached to one side. But I'm pretty sure that this one won't be in the PDF. This is such a basic gatefold. But, you know, if I don't get time, you may end up finding it in the PDF, I guess. And there we go. That's what I have for you this month. I am so sorry I'm a little bit short this time, and I know it hasn't given you enough time, as much time to chat, but I hope that you enjoyed this today. It's lovely to have you here with me, and I'm really glad that you take the time to watch my videos. Don't forget, celebration finishes tomorrow, the 28th of February. So orders will still qualify for celebration right up until 11:50 p.m. on the 28th. If, however, you are also thinking about joining, that special also ends on the 28th. So for that special, it is $169 to join here in Australia. And when I say join as a demonstrator. Okay, now some people are a bit scared of that. They go, oh, but I don't want to do parties and I don't want to do classes. You know what? You don't have to. In fact, I would say the vast majority of demonstrators are in it for the discount. But what happens is people tend to join for the discount, and then they stay for the community because we have the most beautiful community of demonstrators. I do have a team group that we do videos together every week. We also have team challenges, and I send out tutorials, and there's all sorts of stuff that we do. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in and you're keen to get a discount on your products, then that might be something you want to think about. And you can reach out to me. I'm going to put up my blog address if you'd like to see any more about any of these things. So that's going to go up on the screen right now. It is this one, Linda. It's at my email address is linda@lookwhatimade.com.au. Okay, but the blog address is lookwhatimade.com.au, and I'll also have all the details for everything you need to know in the description below this YouTube video. Okay, so you can actually go and check out any of those things. There's an email address, there's a joining link, there's a shop link if you'd like to go shopping, all the things. Okay, so I have everything there for you. All right, let me come back to me. Here I am. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, just bear in mind I might be a little slow getting back to you at the moment, but I will get back to you. So just let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. You can reach me at, like I said, linda@lookwhatimade.com.au. And just as it is, look what I made. If I made it, if I can make it, you can too. Okay, everything I make is certainly duplicatable and something that anyone can do. All right, guys, have a fantastic weekend coming up. I hope that you get all the last minute celebration goodies that you are hoping for. And if there's anything I can do for you, do reach out and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.